You may have heard that Peru is offering a 2-year path to citizenship. If you're dreaming of Andean mountains, Amazon jungles, or coastal ceviche, Peru might be calling your name, and its fast-track citizenship process makes it even more appealing. By the way, they don't call it fast-track, but it is one of the only countries in the world that has a 2-year path to citizenship via a normal, regular naturalization process. So we're going to walk you through how it works, what you need to qualify, the steps to take, and what you get out of it. So grab a pen, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's get started. So why Peru? It's a country of 33 million people, stretching from the Pacific Ocean to the Amazon, with everything from desert dunes to Machu Picchu. It's stable, affordable, you could live well on $1,000 or $1,500 a month, and very welcoming to foreigners. Peru uses the Peruvian sol, but dollars are widely accepted. For new residents, the big draw is citizenship in just 2 years, one of the fastest naturalization tracks in Latin America and in the world. Plus, Peru allows dual citizenship, so you don't have to ditch your original passport. Whether you're retiring, working remotely, or just seeking a new home, this could be your shot. So let's break it down. Peru's citizenship process is governed by the 1993 Constitution and Nationality Law number 26574 from 1996. It's called naturalization, and for foreigners, it's a 2-year sprint, way shorter than the 5 or 10 years you'd wait in places like the USA or Europe. The catch is you've got to live legally in Peru for 2 consecutive years, and it's not just about clocking time. There are some hoops to jump through as well, but it's very doable, and the payoff is a Peruvian passport with visa-free access to over 130 countries, including the Schengen area, plus it's part of Mercosur, plus it's part of the Andean community. It's also capable of getting the APEC card. I'd have to double check. But it's a passport with a lot of benefits. You'd be surprised how strong the Peruvian passport is. Very underrated. Tier B plus type of passport. Maybe even A-. Seriously. So let's talk about what the process is to get a Peruvian passport and citizenship in your hands. So step 1 is you need to get legal residency. You can't start the citizenship clock without a visa that lets you stay long term. Peru offers a few options depending on your situation. The rentista visa is a favorite for retirees or passive income folks. You need about $1,000 a month from abroad, like a pension or investments, okay? Another option is the investor visa if you have money to put into a business or property. There's the worker visa as well if you've got a job or a contract. Peru has a lot of different visa options, and we can help you find the one that makes sense. If you're down to come to Peru, we can probably find you a visa. So MyLatinLife, by the way, is a full-scale immigration consultancy. We help people get residency in Peru. We've helped dozens of people before. We have a great team on the ground in Peru. So if you want to get residency and or citizenship in Peru, there's a link in the description. You can book a call with us. We'll answer all your burning questions, and we can execute on this visa service for you. Coming back to the topic of the video, so once you have your visa, you will get a carnet de extranjería, your foreigner ID card. That's when the 2-year countdown begins. You'll need to stay in Peru for at least 183 days per year, more than 6 months per year. You got to do it in Peru. And not only for citizenship, but also just to keep your residency active, okay? Don't miss more than 183 days in a row. If not, the clock will reset, so consistency is key. You only got to quote-unquote sacrifice 2, maybe 3 years in Peru to get a passport in your hands. It's a pretty good deal, honestly. So step 2 is apply for citizenship. After 2 years with your carnet, you're eligible to naturalize. You'll file with the National Superintendents of Migration or Migraciones, usually in Lima, though regional offices might work too. Here's what you need: your birth certificate, apostilled or legalized and translated into Spanish, your carnet showing 2 years of legal residency, a clean criminal record from Peru and your home country, and you also need to show proof of income. At least $12,000 per year as of 2025 via things like bank statements or pay stubs, and a health declaration as well saying that you're fit. There's also a fee to become a citizen of Peru, but the big thing that surprises people is you need to show income, or you need to show at least some financial solvency. I remember last time I was in Peru, I was talking to a cab driver and he couldn't meet the solvency expectations to naturalize based on his income. Because not a lot of people in Peru on the ground make $12,000 a year. So a lot of the locals who, maybe they're from Venezuela or other places and they want to naturalize as Peruvian, they're not meeting that income threshold. So just something to keep in mind and plan for, and make sure that you have paperwork supporting your case. This is definitely something you'll want a lawyer to get involved with. So that's why we offer a Peru visa service that'll have a whole team doing all these, avoiding all these common pitfalls for you. So link in the description, book a call. Okay, and then the fun part. So tests. You will take a Spanish language exam to show that you're at least an intermediate level, enough to chat about daily life, as well as a Peruvian knowledge test covering history, geography, culture, and current events. Think questions like who was Simón Bolívar, or what is Peru's biggest export, or name a bunch of the different provinces or departments of Peru. You can prep with online courses or a local tutor. Our lawyers and team, they have documents, they have cheat sheets, study guides, everything that you need to pass these exams. Because, by the way, they're actually, the Peruvian exam is harder than other countries, they say. They say it's a harder test than Paraguay, harder test than Mexico. So we'll have to see. So what's the timeline? Visa approvals take 2 to 4 months. Then you live here for 2 years, say 2025 to 2027. If you start now, filing for citizenship kicks off in early 2027, and processing takes 3 months to a year. Faster with a lawyer, slower if your papers are messy. So you're looking at 2.5 to 3 years from arrival to citizenship, assuming no hiccups. File your annual tax return by March 31st via the SUNAT portal, which is Peru's IRS. Even if your foreign income is exempt, it shows you're legit. So let's talk about tax implications, because everybody asks about this with Peru. During those 2 years, you're taxed on, some people say only on your Peruvian sourced income, some people say on your worldwide income. These are things that are a little bit complicated, but working with us, there's going to be a way to lower your taxable burden in Peru. You do want to show a bit in some cases, so just something that we can optimize for. So what do you need to qualify? Again, 2 years of legal residency with no breaks longer than 183 days. You got to be age 18 or older. You got to hit the $12,670 per year income floor, which is about $1,050 a month, to prove you are stable. So $1,000 a month minimum income you need to show. So what's the payoff? A Peruvian passport with visa-free to 130 plus countries, including the Schengen zone and the UK. You can live, work, vote in Peru with no more visa hassles. You get mobility rights all over South America. Dual citizenship means you can keep your old passport, which gives you travel flexibility galore. After a number of years as a citizen, you can also sponsor family for residency and eventually citizenship for family members as well. Plus, healthcare is very affordable. In Peru, the food is unreal. It's a very low cost of living country as well. So it's a pretty good payoff. The catch is 2 years is fast, but you've got to be committed. You got to do 183 days minimum per year, no slacking. The test can scare some people off as well. The Spanish test and the history test are not optional unless you are married to a local. Okay? So patience is your friend. Learn some Spanish and you can have citizenship and a passport in less than 3 years. This is amazing because 2 years to citizenship is very rare. Argentina has it as well. The Dominican Republic has it as well. But Peru has pros and cons compared to Argentina and the Dominican Republic, I think it's safe to say. So that's the Peru 2-year citizenship path. Fast, affordable, and packed with perks. If you can hack the residency and red tape, the passport could be yours. Drop your story, drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you live in Peru for 2 years in order to get citizenship? We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more relocation guides. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.